Njoro River. These are the very first buildings of Egerton University, hosting the Faculty of Environment and Resource Development on the right, Department of Crops, Horticulture and Soils on the left, and Computer Science Department at the center. This is the University Graduation Square surrounded by the main library, Education Complex and Kilimo Hall from left to right center. This is Education Complex housing the Faculty of Education and Community Studies with the following departments: Agricultural Education and Extension, Applied Community and Development Studies, Psychology, Counseling and Educational Foundations and Curriculum, Instruction and Educational Management. The far background is the front view of the University Faculty of Education and Community Studies. Egerton branch is at the left foreground, followed by the Dean of Students' Office, Education and Extension, Science Complex on the far end, Applied Community and ARC Hotel on the right. ARC Hotel is an international standard hotel offering foundations and curriculum, meetings, accommodation and recreation facility management. The far background is the front view of the university. Left face is a graffiti building that houses the Division of Research, Education and Extension. The building has the Office of the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Extension, Research Science Complex, Conference and Meeting Rooms, Cafeteria, and Research Finance Offices. Hotels on the right. Showing now is the Faculty ARC Hotel, is an international standard hotel in the curriculum complex, accommodation and recreation facilities, languages, the far background is for peace, security and social studies, and philosophy, history and culture. Other departments hosted here are agriculture, economics and agribusiness management, geography and language laboratories. Building has first office of the Deputy Vice Chancellor. This is a newly completed physics block within Science Complex. The complex also has chemistry block on the left. These are the
Okay, so with us we have the Chief Security Officer and his team. They are going to talk about the security protocols within the university. Warm your hands a bit. Warm your hands. We welcome him with a nice clap. Let's go on. Karibu.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. God is good at all the time. Yes, from the Office of the Dean of Students, Mr. Batata representing the Dean of Students and all the first years. Good afternoon. Yes, my name is Frederick Gishuki. I'm the Chief Security Officer, Egerton University, and I'm also a serving police officer. So first I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to this great university called Egerton. Are you happy? Who is not happy to be here? Who is happy? Nani amefurahi kufika hapa? Matata. They are not happy. They are not happy. Hi. Are you happy? Yes, I'm going to talk about security. And the security is one of the key functions in the universities in the Republic of Kenya. Why is it important? When you are admitted to university, there is a security department. One of the reasons is because now you are a major. When you say you are a major, it means you are above the age of 18. Nani hana kitambulisho? Who is under 18? How old are you? Pole. How old are you? Kuna kitambulisho? Those who don't have student ama national IDs, all of you do. So you, okay. So you are going to wait for 1 year. Then you come to university, is it? Or you are okay? So I'm going to do a brief introduction about the security. Security department is one of the departments that is in the office of the Vice Chancellor, that we deal with the security issues both for the students and the member of staff. Our main functions is to protect life and property for the university. When you talk about properties, ni zile mumepata hapa, all the way from main gate, Kilimo Hall, where we are currently being addressed. So if the other student did not take care of what we have, you will not have a place to call Kilimo Hall. So security department ensures that we protect this property. And why is it important that the security department exists? Is to make sure you have a conducive learning environment. We protect you from external threats and also internal. So if you feel there is any kind of threat, that is why we have security department. And it is for everybody. The other function is that we collect intelligence and we share. On behalf of the university, we have other security agencies here at university. We are hosted by Joro Sub-County. Joro Sub-County. And I know in course of time, you are going to be my customers. From Monday, majority of you are going to be my customers. We will not force you to come and visit my office, but you come voluntarily. But I want you to come in good. I don't want you to come in bad. You are reporting bad things. The other issue, when we come to security, I want you to understand your surrounding. Why is it important for you to know your surrounding? This is Egerton, but by Sunday, you will know there is a place called the Gate. I know majority of you passed there. The other side, there is what they call Ngondu, or Booster for 20. There is a place called Jokelio. I know majority of you have visited that area. There is a place called Ahero. And so many other areas. It is always good you understand your surrounding. Don't just stay in one place. Between now and Sunday, before you start classes, ensure you understand your surrounding. That is okay. The other area I want you to understand, and the majority of you know, there is a booklet you are going to be issued by the Dean of Students. A booklet. It is called The Rules and the Regulations that govern the conduct of students while you are at university or you are in university. Why is it important? When you are at university, you are issued with that booklet because you are an adult. So you go, I think it will be in your portal, or if possible, you get your hard copy. Go through especially section 9. You'll see what we call criminal offenses and disciplinary offenses. What is the difference? There are offenses, if you are arrested by these security personnel, we will take you through university disciplinary process. Well, if you commit criminal offense, we are going to take you through the normal criminal justice system. What do I mean? If you assault somebody, for example, it means there is a complainant. If that person's report at Joro police station or any other station, we are going to take you there because there is a criminal activity that has been committed. That is one. If you are involved in exam malpractice, that is a criminal offense against the university. So the university will be the complainant. So you are going to be taken through disciplinary process. And because we also preserve exhibits at the security office, we are going to be the prosecutor. Munanipata? So I want you to listen very carefully. Go and get that booklet, especially section 9. Go through. There are so many offenses there. Assault, forgery, drug abuse, drug trafficking, all of them. They are listed there. And we are not instilling fear as security department. It is a reality. When the dean of students will come to address you, he is going to give you data of how many students we have prosecuted. And there are punishments like expulsion, you can be suspended. You can also be given a warning. And you know nowadays we work very closely with the other security agencies like DCI. So if your fingerprints are taken, even when you graduate, it is a permanent remarks in your certificate of good conduct. Yes, you are a degree holder, but you are a habitual offender, or blah, blah, blah. So it is very good. I want to urge you very carefully to go and acquaint yourself with that booklet. Rules and regulations governing the conduct of students while you are in university. It is very important. Here you are going to be free. Nobody is going to command you. Kitaka kuamka saa moja. If you don't want to attend classes, it is about you. But you must also respect the right of others. Tuko pamoja. The other issue I want to talk about is personal security. Why is it important we talk about personal security? Gen Zs. Pana tambua. Gen Z. Personal security is very important. Before you do something, ask yourself, am I safe? After 2 to 3 weeks, mwenye boma ataingia ama wenye boma wataingia. Continuing students, you are going to have friends, those who come from maybe your area, maybe from the area you come from, maybe family friends, maybe same school. So the kind of friendship you are going to have will determine a lot about you. They are going to orient you to various areas, main gate, town. So the way you are going to be oriented will mean a lot. So the kind of person you have, are you going to be safe with that person? Some will tell you, hii university tunaingia saa 6 ya usiku. Others, saa 2. Others will take you to Joro. So ask yourself that question. Are you safe? Are you safe? So personal security. When you are outside the university, how are you supposed to behave yourself? Are you supposed to walk in a group? Are you supposed to walk alone? But my personal advice as chief security, always ensure you have the right friends surrounding you and you walk in a group. And avoid nocturnal activities. Nocturnal activity, usiku sako. Avoid it kabisa. Usikuwe kama fisi. Make sure you are done with your activities during the day. The other issue I want to talk about is about data. Nowadays we have what we call data protection and the right to privacy. Nowadays you get something, unapiga picha. Then you upload to Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. But you don't go a step ahead and ask yourself, am I allowed in my own capacity to upload this data in whatever form? That is a very big question. So sometimes you upload something, and then after 2-3 days, you'll find me through other security agencies summoning you to my office. So and so, this did, you commented on this, you uploaded this, and now you are supposed to be taken through judicial or criminal justice system. Some are very abusive online. I know Gen Z in digital. So always try to restrain yourself. Before you do something, ask yourself, is it right? Is it right? And those are the realities nowadays. Because we have access to internet everywhere, Wi-Fi, so you don't have you have unlimited access to all these social medias. So that is my urge. Before you upload something online, just first you touch that set button. Ask yourself, what is the intention? If it is just for entertainment, it is okay. But if you want to abuse somebody online, abusive or to use abusive language, if somebody go and complain somewhere, then you will be in for it. So that is why we want to caution you very early, enough. Before, that is why I'm insisting. Ask yourself, what is the intended purpose of what I'm uploading? Are we together? Good. I want to talk about the common offenses within university that you are going to encounter. Many of them. The first one is debts, madeni. Mwanafunzi mwenzako anakuja nakwambia nikopeshe 5,000. You don't have any written agreement. You don't even send through M-Pesa. Anakwambia twende unitolee unipatie cash. Then after 2, 3 or 4 weeks, to 1 month, 2 months, you come to security department. You want us to help you to solve that issue. Pesa yako ni ya mtu akitaka pesa aende bank. Ama namna gani? The other offense is being drunk and disorderly within the university precinct and environment. Some others go to a level of soliloquy. Unajua kusoliloquize? Kujiongelesha. You disturb the public peace of other students and other members of staff. So always be sober. Ukikula vitu yako, kaa huko nje. And if possible, avoid it. The other is drug abuse. Watu ya bangi na shisha. You are going to fight them. Wacha mpatiwe pesa. Those are the kind of things you are going to be introduced to, especially by those students who stay outside the university. Anakwambia tutakunywa, but you are going to stay outside. You are not going to enter to the university. But with the time, you become drug addict. It may be personal, but after some times, you will be tempted to bring those substances inside the university. If we get information, go and read that student manual. On the same, there's what we call excessive consumption. Apart from being or taking overdose, there's what people nowadays are doing, what we call stupefying. Mtu anaangalia M-Pesa yako, anaona balance ni 20,000. So they will go an extra mile to use their own money, like 2,000 to 3,000. Then they will stupefy you, wanakuwekea mchele. But their main aim is to target that 25,000. So they will lose 3,000, they will get 22,000. So ulikuwa na 25, unaambiwa weka pin. Those are very common offenses. And the people who are going to do that are your fellow students. So I'm cautioning you. It is a reality. And the data is there. The other issue is fraud. Fraud. You will be tempted, especially online. Na hii watu ya prison, student here, for quick money. Especially nowadays, fraud. Sorry, iko sana sana kwa watu ya forex. Sijui Bitcoin. Finya hapa. I know majority of you have been introduced. Mtu akitaka kuwa tajiri sia asaidie ndugu yake. Ama. So anybody promising you richness very fast. Huyo ni conman. Sawa sawa. Don't fall into it. The other issue is what we call sexual gender-based violence. Sexual gender-based violence. Iko very rampant within the university. First years, wazee wanakuja, they will promise you heaven. Then after 2-3 weeks, anaenda kwa first year mwingine. So the moment mwanza kukatiana nini, ukimkataa vita. Then you are reported at the Joro police station. This is a capital offense. Let me tell you, wenzangu. Ukiachwa kuba, nataka muongee. Ukiachwa kuba, hii ni noma sana. Sexual gender-based violence, it is very rampant, especially na vijana. Don't fall into it. Vijana muko hapo. Nimesema ukiachwa mkubali. Ama mnastuka? It is there. Niangalieni tu. The other offense is forgery. It has been reported. Even in your letter of offers, there are some who are being told, for you to be admitted, you need to pay 5,000. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. It is going to continue. Are we together? So those are the common offenses that are being committed within our environment. But there are others within the hostels. You have been told here hakuna DH. Mahali ya kula secondary inaitwa. Secondary mahali ya kula. Ati dorms. Hapa hakuna dorms. Hapa ni student halls of residences. Ati inaitwa student hall of residence ama hostels. Kuna ile makosa inafanyika huko. And here I want you to listen very carefully, because you are going to be a victim. Even yesterday night, we have 3 cases. One of them is stealing, and you are going to be the victim. Ndio mumeingia kwa game. Wizi ya simu na laptops. Kwa juu sana. So how can we deal with it? Because I want to give you a solution. I don't want to give you just a problem. You are first years. I want to advise you. Don't leave your phone or your gadget charging overnight. Are we together? Hapa si nyumbani. Usiweke simu kwa socket ati ulale. Don't dare. Ukiweka simu kwa socket. Are we together? If you want to sleep, safe custody. The same applies to laptops. Don't charge overnight while you are asleep. I will repeat. Don't leave your electronic gadgets overnight while charging while you are asleep. Wacha niseme na Kiswahili, usiashe kifaa chako cha elektroniki kwa umeme kipate nguvu ukiwa umelala. Are you together? I said after 2-3 days you are going to be my customers. I will repeat. Nikiwa kwa ofisi yako nilisema aje, unasahau. So even those who are in this room, because you are going to be roommates, kindly waambie, make sure your electronic gadgets are in safe custody at all times. And why is it that? How do they steal? One, through impersonation. Who know what is impersonation? Impersonation. Kujifanya. Impersonation. Impersonation, you can impersonate a police officer, you can impersonate a doctor or anybody else. But because of time, I want to be very fast. So impersonation. So I have come with my security officers, those who are going to be interacting with. So some of these criminals, they will impersonate to be police officers. Wengine wanavaa kabuti inakaa ya askari. That's one. Another group will come as custodian or chief or officer ama hall officers. Another group will come as electrician. Hauruhusiwi kupika, unafanya nini na nini? Na ni mwanafunzi mwenzako. So before anything, karibuni. Before mtu akutishe, always seek clarification, either from security department or health department. We are going to give you hotline, and it's my hope you are going to share with other students. So that one. Number 3, hosting non-residents. Even some residents are not students. It is a very serious offense. Huyu kijana amekataliwa hapa university na Marembo, anasema ako na girlfriend nyumbani, anamwambia kuja Friday, anamhost kwa room. Sijui kama inaitwa pirating. It is a very serious offense. When you will be addressed by chief hall officer, there is a penalty for that. So don't do it. If somebody is non-resident, don't allow them in your rooms. Are we together? The other issue I want to talk about, although there will be a speaker to talk about, is about traffic management within the university. Majority of you, when you are reporting, I saw you are using the main road. You don't want to use the pavement. We are going to punish you. Make use of the pavement that have been provided by the university. Are we together? Please, let me use please. We have rules and regulations governing traffic management within the university. Don't use roads. The other one is staff quarters. Staff quarters are out of bound to students unless with express permission from the host. Your uncle, maybe his or she is a lecturer here, they can invite you. So you must have a permission. If you are arrested by security personnel there and we establish you have not been invited, you will be in for it. Are we together? So before I conclude, I want you to have a view of the police officers or security agents we are going to have, or that we have that are going to be interacting with you on day to day. So we have 3 agencies here at Egerton University. We have the administration police. I want to show you how they look like, so that if you get in doubt we will give you a number so that you can give us a call before anything. Before you take any action, don't overreact. Cool down. We are going to respond. So, any APS, Kimini? Mumeona vile amevaa? Halo? So, mtakukuta askari akiwa amevaa hivyo within the locality of Egerton University. Either hostels, department, kwa uwanja, main gate. Ukipata askari mwingine ambaye hajavaa hivi, utupigie simu. We are going to give you that contact. Umemwona? Karibu. Joshua? Hawa wanaitwa Sikh Donek. Kuna mtu ameona that label mahali? Ukiingia hii hall, waangalia hapo juu. These are the internal security for Egerton University. They are staff. They are member of staff for Egerton University. Are we together? So utawaona. Karibu. Then we have the majority of security personnel that you are going to be engaging on day-to-day running. Karibu Blu-ray. Wote wawili Wafula na Eden. Hello. Wanaitwa Blu-ray Security Limited. They are the outsourced security provider sourced by the Egerton University. So they are the majority. Na wanaangalia hivyo. So one thing, because you are going to be engaging, especially in hostels, kitu ya kwanza lazima akuwe na radio. Waonyeshe radio. Wafura. Inaitwa walkie-talkie. So if you see somebody impersonating, kitu ya kwanza ni kuhakikisha yako na kama hana hiyo radio ama hiyo walkie-talkie, hiyo ni impersonator. So you call us very fast. Number 2 ni hiyo kofia. Majority hawana hiyo reflector. So wanaweza kuwa tu but they are in blue. Are we together? Karibuni. Asante. Omondi. In most cases, the security department will also respond to emergencies. So most of time, huyu ndio mkubwa wao. So if we want to establish somebody wa blue line ako under his command, most of time yeye ndiye tunatumia. So msimpige ati kwa sababu hana hiyo uniform. But yako na blue, but yako hivyo. Anaitwa Mondi. He is the project manager based at Egerton and in charge security guards who are posted here. So the last one, karibu. You get your kalamu tayari, your pen. I want to give you security hotline. If in doubt, you contact us. We are 24. Na tutatumia mtu moja tuitest, aone kama inaenda through, then from there 5 minutes muulize maswali, then tukusaidia. 0725 96 4695 0525 96 95. 0725 96 46 95. Nataka upige useme you are just testing to orientation. Hauna credit? Ben, maswali. Prezo. Okay, go ahead. Maswali. Any question or any clarification?
No, Chief Security, a question asked, hey, could you ask for me what time the school curfew is? And if it's allowed for us to interact with others in their hostels, both girls and boys?
Wow. Thank you, Mr. John Mutuma, the immediate former Secretary General Emeritus and the current President, Egerton University Student Association. Thank you for your question. What is a curfew? Who have an idea of a curfew? Anybody with an idea? Anybody? Very fast. What is a curfew? Na usiende kwa Google. Gen Z, maswali. Nani anajua what is a curfew? Nimpatie 1,000. Ukishindwa unipatie 1,000.
I'm Wanjiru Njoki. Curfew, it's time allocated, it's a timeline that is given that you're not supposed to extend. Unafaa kufika by that time. Ni timeline unakwamba umepewa, ufai kupitisha hiyo time. Curfew. It's a timeline, like you are being told, say maybe by 9:30 you're not supposed to extend.
No, it is not a time given. Sasa siwezi uliza because mko kwa mitandao, but I will give you 500. It is a restriction. You see definition. Google inasemaje? Nani amegoogle? It is a restriction. That is why you call define. So when you start by the word, it's time. It is not time. It is restriction that is given. But nitakupatia 500. You give me your number. I am SI. So here in a university, we don't have curfew. So if you go to student manual, there is what we call 10 to 10 rule. Sheria ya saa 4 mpaka saa 4. It is given by the hostel. It is implemented by custodian and the security personnel. But sitaki tutumia askari sana because we have rules of engagement with student leaders. You know, security personnel, we are not supposed to be complainant. But custodian, by virtue they have hosted you, wanasema nini? Umefuja sheria? So they will bring you to you, they will bring you to you, they will bring you to you. Umesoma hiyo manyu. So what does 10 to 10 means? It means You can host another student who is a resident. You know there are two types of students. There are resident and non-resident. Resident is somebody who has been accommodated by the university within the hall of residences. But non-student are those students who on their own are accommodated outside the university on their own. So they don't want to live within the university. But they are a student. So you can host a fellow student who is resident or non-resident. But kuna wale wanakuja wana host even non-student. So what do I mean? Simama. Na huyu asimame. Ndio mnielewe, but hii kazi si yako, hii ni ya custodian. It means huyu ama huyu anaweza hostiana kuanzia saa 4 ya mchana. Tumepatana hapa from 10 AM anaweza mhost, lakini ikifika saa 4 ya usiku kila mtu aende kwa. Tumepatana, piga makofi. Lakini wewe custodian saa 4 na dakika 2 ako kwa rooms, unastakiwa hosting na student 2,000, hosting na student na resident 5,000, hosting na student 1 year unakuwa expelled ama suspended. Prezo, nimejikanganya ama niko sawa? Swali lingine.
Hi Prezo, can you ask for me the requirement when entering at the gate like no one has no student ID?
Wow. So they are not students. Are you a student? Who is not a student? Who has not been registered? Okay. For you to enter university, we require the letter of offer. That's one. But I said the issue of impersonation. Sorry, iko mingi sana. So we go extra mile. You can have your student letter of offer plus student ID. So that is either inatubai kama university. For continuing student, there are those who have student ID or the letter of offer plus either national ID or birth certificate. Kama ule kijana unasikia? Yes, kama wewe birth certificate. So we compare. Or student portal. So you have the letter of offer, but to make sure it's you, student ID or letter of offer. Tumepatana. Or plus, not all, plus. Let me repeat, student ID or letter of offer. Any. Plus national ID or kijana ulisema unaitwa nani? Ada 18. Birth certificate or student portal. So if you have two, ukuje na national ID na letter of offer express, tunakuallow. So tunampatia time like 1 week, you have those documents, and the best way you laminate. Usilete, tutamwonyesha vile inakunjwa. Wenye poma wanakuja kwambia finya hapa ni kutoa tu. So the letter of offer with where there is detail, the back side national ID. Prezo, another question or clarification? Are you okay? Muko sawa? Muko sawa? What is the difference between a felony and a misdemeanor? A felony and a misdemeanor. Nani atachukua hiyo 500 ingine wagawane? Who can attempt? What is the difference between a misdemeanor and a felony in criminal Judicial system. Anybody with an idea? Mugawane hii dhao na wajiri. Anybody with an idea? Siwezi kukuletea bwana. Gen Z. Wacha kugugu. Kuja. You are taking time. Nataka msome sheria. Tunasemaga ignorance of law is not a defense, sivyo? Naitwa nani?
My name is Jeff Mutugi, and in simpler terms, a felony is a more serious crime, while a misdemeanor is a less serious crime.
Wow. Sikuje upeane cheti hapa. Wajiri wako wapi? Nini fresh hapa? Sasa mimi nakupatia thropas tena. So on behalf of the Office of the Dean of Students, much thank you for this engagement, and we look forward to a more fruitful engagement in the future. Thank you, and may God bless you. Asanteni.
Again, thank you very much for your guidance and your speech. And thank you for everyone else from the security department for making it here today. And I'd like us to give him a proper factorial. Have you been taught how to do a factorial club? Yes, okay. Let's give him a 5 factorial. So let's start. Go. Okay, good. Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome our next speaker. We're going to have Dr. Kahemba from the Disability Mainstreaming Committee. Let's welcome her with a clap.
Good afternoon. Or is it good evening? How are you? Thank you, the Office of the Dean, for giving us this opportunity. We're going away. The Office of the Dean, for us to be able to speak to you. All right? I'll start by telling you my name. My name is Dr. Kahemba. I am the COD means Chairman of the Department, Languages, Literature, Linguistics, Swahili, Communication and Media, Library and Information Science. I want to believe all those students are here. I'm the chairman of the department, the chairperson of the department. That is number 1. Number 2, I'm also the coordinator of Disability Mainstreaming, which deals with issues of inclusivity. So I'm here today to talk about so many things, but I'll be very brief, because you are about 6,000 new students, but when I look around, you are hardly 200, or maybe thereabouts, or 5, or something like that. So which means we will get another opportunity to speak to you again. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you for making it your KCSE examination and being able to get the grade that has landed you here, which means that you are a bright young person, you are a bright student, and you are in the right place. Egerton University is known for academic excellence. We might not necessarily be very good in other things, but we are very good in academics. So what has brought you here is academics, and I want to believe that you're going to excel if you start meaning business from day one. This is your day one. Yesterday you are registering, and today is your day one. So I welcome you to Egerton University. For me, you'll be meeting me in so many places. I've mentioned so many subsections that I handle, and therefore I meet you in class and I meet you in other places. However, what brings me here today is about your welfare, being here in school. I'm going to talk about matters purely welfare and also purely human. That's, in Egerton, we are operating on what we call universal design. Universal design means that as you are coming, we are expecting all categories of students, all calibers. We have those ones who are physically fit, those ones who are mentally fit, those ones who are visually fit, those ones who are hearing fit. But we also have those ones who are physically maybe challenged. We have hearing impaired, we have visual impairment, you have other issues. Maybe you are bipolar, maybe you are suffering depression, maybe you have some mental issues. They are all those are human. That's why we are saying we are operating on purely universal design. So when you find yourself here, I like quoting this verse from the Bible. Those who are Christians, you go check it out. Because the Bible says, my people suffer for lack of knowledge. Sometimes we are suffering because, yes, we don't have that knowledge. And yet you have come here, you've come to learn, okay? Some get into what we call self-denial, yeah? And some, you're just feeling funny. Another one was telling me it's about self-esteem, yeah? Maybe you're just suffering from low self-esteem. Why? Because maybe you don't have one thing which another person has. This is a university, and we deal with universal things. Universal people. We even have international students here. So, while you are here, as a human being, things happen. You could be having a slight physical impairments. The message I'm bringing you today is that we have a whole unit, is a department which handles matters of inclusivity. Meaning, each and every person, whether you have a small challenge or you do not have any, we have an office that deals with such issues. Sometimes you could be very physically fit, but as you're walking along the corridors, you just find yourself, you have hit yourself, you have fallen on the staircase. Here we have very tall buildings. Or you're just running and then you got something and then you have a problem. Now you can't walk. We have that, it's called a resource center. In that resource center, you'll find we have equipment in the resource center. It's located in Phoenix. Phoenix is this building just behind this one. If you are getting in, it is on the first floor, and the resource center is room 70. When you come to that resource center, you find we have a hall where we have computers. If you have some challenge and when you go to the library, you are finding it difficult to access books or materials or because of the nature of that challenge that you have. We have computers there and we have desks, we have chairs, and we are online. We are on Next 24/7. We have network. Yours is just to come in. If you want to do revision, you want to read, you want to access material, just come in, sit, get one computer there, sit, they'll give you the password and you are there, you are learning. I'm talking about those ones who cannot quickly compete with others. How do we lay a level playing ground for someone who is a little bit challenged? So we say, let us put some computers here, so that when others are running, getting there, you are not able to run and get there, you can still come to the resource center and do your homework and do your work. That's number one. We have those computers there. Now, maybe you have a visual impairment. You cannot see clearly. So we have low vision and we have complete total visual impairment. You cannot see. In the resource center, we also have a computer which has been fitted with the jaws. You know, you can use your eyes, but your ears are very sharp. So on that computer, if you want to read, you just need to click on the material that you want, and the computer will read for you. If it is a book, you open that book. If you want page 2 and you have commanded it page 2, it will read for you because it has a software called the JAWS. So you will just read. You don't have to struggle getting someone to read for you. As long as your ears are sharp, you'll be able to use that computer and you'll be able to do your assignments without any problem. For those ones who have low vision, you require large prints. What we do, we communicate with all the departments where you belong, so that when they are setting exams or continuous assessment tests, they'll put the exam in the font that you can read. If you are comfortable with font 18, that is what we do for you. If it is 20, that's what we do for you. If it's normal print, the size normal print is size 12. If you are comfortable with 12, then you're good to go. So if you have any of those problems I've mentioned, just see, we have staff at the center, we have an administrator there, and we have a braille transcriber. Those who can't see but you can use braille, we also have braille machines at the office, at the center. You'll be given a braille machine which you'll use for all the time you'll be here, from year 1 to year 4. Only that now you take care of that machine. When you'll be going away, you leave our machine behind, you sign it out, and then you sign it in as you go away. So again, we have braille machines there for those ones who use braille, which is not normal prints. It is braille. This one that we know what braille means. That is a person who cannot see, but you can write. You can print using the braille machine. So we give you the braille paper. The university will buy for you. We'll give you the machine. Then you'll be able to study. You have equal level ground. So you have nowhere to go complaining that because I'm not able to see, I couldn't compete. They have made it possible for any student with any kind of challenge to compete equally with the rest. So we have those ones who have those problems. It is taken care of. Then we also have equipment there. You'll find what we call orbit reader. That is still for the visually impaired. When you have your material like on a flash disk or you have it on a CD, you insert in the orbit reader, and what it will do is that you just read using your fingers because it has space, a keyboard where you use your fingers and you just read the material that is on a CD. All right? So we also have the orbit reader there. We also we have what we call a CCTV. A CCTV is one which enlarges. You have your notes in your notebook, but they are very small writings. Sometimes we have had students who come in with clear vision, but by the time they are leaving, their vision is blurred. In the life of today, we don't know what happens. We don't know what is in the air. You just walk and then one day you realize now you are not seeing properly or something like that. So, we have the CCTV. You come, it is a big one like a computer with a screen. You just put your material on the surface, and then this is reflected on the screen so that you are able to read. It will enlarge the little material that you have for you to be able to read clearly using the CCTV. All those equipment are there at the office. We also have this thing called, we have the crutches. Maybe something happens, even just maybe step on a nail. Now you can't put down that foot, you can't walk properly. We have crutches there. For all persons, we said we are operating on a universal side. If you are short, we'll give you a short one. If you are tall, we'll give you. All right? And then all those ones, they are provided by the university. You have to be very grateful to our administration, the university management, because they have put measures in place. They have put a fund of how we can take care of our children coming in, and they have one challenge or another. We come from families, even if you do not have, you have seen someone struggling because they have a challenge or something like that. The university has made sure that they put measures in place so that when you come here, you have no excuse. Right? Now, apart from that, we also have wheelchairs. All right? So that just in the event something happens and you're not able to use even the crutches, you can always wheel yourself around as you go to class and you are able to learn. There are so many things. Apart from that, for those of you, remember there are people who you just see them, they are very normal, they are very physically fit. But you don't know. There's a time I was sent to go and interview some staff somewhere. So when I got there, I said, this girl, she's being interviewed because the university wanted to give her some work to do. She's very physically fit, her eyes are okay, her ears are okay, the feet are okay. So I wondered, what is now? So I just got talking. So I asked her, what is your problem? She said, my problem is here, at the hip. Yeah, you just see her, she can walk here a little bit, but she cannot walk from here to administration because she has a problem at the hip. So we also have problems that we can't see. We have to be very careful the way we interact with our colleagues because some people have issues that you cannot see with your naked eyes, but they are suffering. So the message I'm bringing today is that don't suffer in silence. The university has put measures in place. We have a van, a small van. Some of you maybe you have already used it, a small van, which transports now students from hostels to class back to hostel. It operates inside the university. It goes, picks you if you are outside, those who are living outside from the gate, inside here. Every time you want to use that vehicle, we link you with the driver because that driver is a designated driver. So that you just call and say, I am at this point. He will come with the vehicle, pick you, drop you at your class. Once the class is over, you just call. He will come and pick you, drop you at the hostel. Maybe you want to go to the cafeteria. So he will also pick you, drop you at the cafeteria. He gets tired, but we want to help our children to get this education that is so coveted, that if you are not very careful, you can miss it out. If you sit around pitying yourself, what we call pity parties, you are pitying yourself, I can't do this like so and so, you are wasting your time. This world is about competition. This world is about doing what you can do to the best of your ability. There's nobody who will come to deliver you from there, but the university has put measures in place so that you can study and be successful. Hapo mbeleni. So we have a vehicle. If you are feeling unwell or something like that in terms of you can't move from point A, I've told you there's a vehicle, and you come to that office, you register your name there, you leave your phone number, we give you the phone number of the driver. So yours is just to link, but we must have your record. For you to be assisted in all those areas, we must have your record. So if you have any challenge, small challenge here and there, please go to that office, it's on first floor. Get into first floor in Fedicos. If you can use the staircase, it's okay. If you can't, you enter via the main entrance. We have a ramp. A ramp is where it runs all the way as it climbs. Are you getting? As it climbs. So you will not say, I cannot walk up the staircase. You just walk all the way up to that office. Because it's on first floor, it's not that you cannot access, it's accessible. Because you use the ramp. Even with the wheelchair, you just wheel yourself all the way until you get to that room. It faces the hospital. When you are at the hospital, you see the office there. So you just get there, leave your details, and then we'll be able to assist you. My people suffer for lack of knowledge. I don't want you to suffer for lack of knowledge. Finally, other things that we do is we have staff there. One is specialized in matters, eyes. The other one is an administrator, keeping all files and all this kind of thing. If you have a problem and you're not registered, you're supposed to be registered by the National Council for Persons with Disabilities. It's a government organization. What we do is that the university gives us money, we book the hospital, and we take you to that hospital. They pay for you, they examine you, they assess your problem, and if they realize that true you have a problem and it's going to inhibit your learning, then you are registered. They give you some forms, then they are sent to the National Council. The council, that one is a university entity. I mean, it's not a university, it's a government entity. They'll give you a card. Once you have that card, you can access so many services. That card can also help you after school. When you get a job, when you have that card, they also do tax exempt. You are exempted from paying tax. Plus, there's so many other benefits accruing. You can do some importation without tax. It also has that. Even the country has put it, it is in the Constitution 2010, that we must take care of our people who are having one or two challenges here. So again, if you have a problem and you're not registered, please go to that office. The madams there, they'll pick your details. We will take you to the hospital. They do examination. Then you are registered by the National Council. Apart from registration, what else do we do? We do a number of things. They also engage in Paralympics. Paralympics means you don't compete with those who run very fast like a boat, like whoever, I don't know whoever here, but you also just have an opportunity to engage in Paralympics. You also go for Olympics, all right? So you can go to maybe another university. All the universities have come together, they have formed a body whereby they do games. So whatever games you can do, also you can register yourself and be able to do that. And there are so many things that I cannot talk about today. But basically, in a nutshell, that is it. But the final thing I'll tell you is this. There are people who say, because I have this challenge, now people should help me. You have seen these people who go on the streets, they are begging. And like I said, Pali, so you drop some coin. Let me tell you that for us intellectuals, jobs are there for qualified people. Jobs are not there for people who have some disability. That because I have a disability, I'll get a job. You just must compete. And that's why the university is putting measures in place that when we do this and we help you here and there, can you compete with the others? We also do room booking. If you have gotten a room which maybe it is upstairs, you can't go upstairs. We book for you rooms. We go to the office of the dean and then we do what? We book for you an appropriate room. Okay? So that it is easier for you to get in and get out and do your stuff. And for those ones who maybe you have a problem, you need assistance, you have your friends here, you let us know so that we pair you with your friend. You need someone to assist you, maybe direct you or something. You have a disability that requires that you be assisted. We book for you and we book your friend in that room so that that friend of yours will be assisting you here and there. Okay? We are not the ones who will pick a friend for you because we might pick someone who will come and disturb you so much. So you get a friend and then we put you in that same room. You are able to be assisted. There's a young man here who helped a friend when they were coming in who was totally blind. For 4 years he was with that person. We booked them in the same room. Right now, that boy who assisted the friend, he has gone places. He has immediately completed, he got a job. And he got a permanent and pensionable job. And he's doing good work outside there. So the rest of us also, I'm just encouraging you that if you see your fellow and she's suffering here and there, try to do what? To assist. You never know. With just that assisting, you never know what will lie ahead of you. So, there is a question here, which is asking, are there sign language classes here? Sign language classes. Yeah, we always organize for sign language. We run it for a period of time. There are a few people whom we have trained here, not necessarily students, because we don't know your programs. It can be so crowded. But we also run some sign language training. Once in a while, we do that. Another question is the resource center in the library? I've just said the resource center is not in the library. The resource center is in Fedicos. Fedicos is this building, not the library. Faculty of Education and Community Studies, that is where you find the resource center. It is in room 17. So you go to room 17. Room 17. So please, having said that, it's about talking human beings, the possibilities of human beings. But then you just must be sharp up here. Don't wait for people to do handouts, that you'll be waiting for people to hand over things because you are beating yourself. And those who are suffering from I don't know what, you better now believe in yourself. How are you upstairs? That is most important. All right? Once you accept, if something happened, there are things that are beyond your control. So what can you do? You don't keep beating yourself. It is out of your control. So you accept and say, but what can I do? Yeah? In this position that I am, what can I do? Are you getting it? Then you pursue the course that you have come to do here. You put your intellectual capability in front of you, and you'll be able to manage your affairs. Don't allow others to take advantage of you, each one of you. Don't allow any person who is in 3rd year or 4th year or something to take advantage of you. This one is for all of you. You have come here to learn. You've come here with your head. You are competing equally. Don't allow someone to molest. Don't allow someone to take advantage of you. Girls, I also teach gender, my friends. Don't allow these young men at what time is curfew and then you know that kind of thing. Don't extend or something like that. You stick to a room. You came here to learn, go from class, go to a room and study. Why should you be crisscrossing going to those rooms? Are you getting it? So stick to your rooms. Soon we are going to say you now, you've just come here, very young girl, you are carrying pregnancy. Did you come here to seek pregnancy or you came here to study? Yeah? Come here, learn, go away with that degree. Don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of. Sawa. Yes, and the boys too. Yeah? Eh? Don't just come here and then you say, now I have all the freedom. In high school there was no freedom. Now I have all the freedom and I can get the girl that I want. Which girl? Here you are competing, my dear. Girls, don't ever allow someone to take advantage of you just because you are a girl. Tunaelewana hapo? Yes? Alright? So those are the issues. If you have any other question, you may ask. You may ask. Clarification, whatever the case. I'm almost done. Yes? Oh, these are the only questions. You don't have any question? Pardon? Specialist education, FEDUCOS, Faculty of Education and Community Services. They are starting a course. That they have not been having it, but now they are starting a course. Those who are coming to do education, you'll do education in special needs. And we have early childhood and we also have special needs. They are starting a program. So those, but you know, people you're already here. Yeah, you can also learn, those things. Any other query? Yeah? Kama kuna maswali tunapatana darasani. Tuko sawa? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's appreciate her, please. Thank you. So that was from Dr. Kaemba. You've heard. You encourage your colleagues, those who have not joined, when you meet anyone who is not yet here in this room, make sure they get the message. Direct them accordingly. You have the numbers, you can call, you can visit those offices. Let's help everyone. Let's work together. So at this point, I would like to welcome Dr. Reverend Duati to talk to us about alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse in that and the committee. Welcome. Hapa vizuri, pasha moto kiasi. Pasha moto kiasi. Pasha moto kiasi. Can we stand, please? We stretch. Let's stand. Let's stand. Let's stand. Let's stand. Let's stand. Let's stand. Let's stretch. Haya, mkono hapa juu. Twende mkono hapa juu. Haya, twende juu, twende juu. Haya, twende the side. Let's not walk out. Walk out and get back. Haya, mbele. Haya, back. Stretch. Okay, let's have our seats. Thank you. So far, how is the going? Ask your neighbor whether they are getting anything. Talk to them. How is the experience so far? By the way, did you guys have lunch? Did you get someone to have lunch? I hope you ate some lunch. I hope your friend has told you they are fine, they are doing well. The weather here is a little bit cold. Make sure you get a sweater. Clothe warmly. If you have any medical condition that relates to cold weather, kindly walk to the sanatorium and ask how you can cope better. We hope you will manage and acclimatize with the environment of this place. In the end, we want you healthy, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and attending classes as from next week. I'm still receiving your questions. There was a question about that one which came about issues to do with security, and the question said that someone walked into your rooms yesterday and started requesting for keys to go and make a copy. Did anyone experience that? You should not give anyone keys. And to make it, the matter was this person said that this person had a mask, so you could not identify them well. So do not share your keys with anyone. Do not share. Someone can duplicate and walk in, you find your gadgets have gone. Another question was about, can someone give their laptop to someone so that it's kept for them? I did not, maybe that's a personal request to someone or to an officer, but make sure before you give your items to anyone, this someone you can trace back to their homeland. You have offices and you have officers who can assist you. There are questions about interfaculty transfers or change of courses. We'll have the Registrar Academic Affairs, that is the person who signed your admission letters, talk to us on last day. She's going to tell us about the process of interfaculty transfer. But even before then, if you want to change to another course, first of all, go log into your HOOPS account. I believe by now the Egerton cut-off points for 2024 are already out. Check the course you want to transfer to and whether you already qualify with the cut-off points you qualified with. Check from there. That is the first criteria. The course you want to transfer to, you need to have the cut-off points as per your year of study. There are usually cut-off points for different years. Some of us had registered did their KCSE in 2023. Last year they deferred, they came back this year. For your case, you check against your year of KCSE 2023. Those cut-off points. If you qualify, now that is when you will go ahead and do the interfaculty transfer when it is open. I think somewhere from Monday next week, you'll be able to log into your portal. I hope by now we know what our portals are. You can log in, you can interact with it, where you paid your accommodation fees. And through your e-citizen, you'll be able to apply from there. And then the interfaculties are usually approved within 2 weeks. You'll know the results, whether you are moving to the new course, you are staying in the course you were already registered in. Another thing to note is that you are usually given 2 chances. You are requested to, when you are making the application, you choose 2 courses you want to transfer to. So that if one is full, you can choose the next. But you have time. Interact with that system. COOPS portal, Egerton University portal, learn how they work. That way you'll be able to apply appropriately when that time comes. Where can we access ELB officials? Like the Dean said in the morning, the ELB officials are already here and they'll be available in the Dean of Students office. From today, they're already there up to Friday. So in case you have issues, you'll walk there, ask them for assistance, but you also need to apply. Mostly they'll just give you directions. Go to F portal, create an account, fill in the details. Where you get stuck, that's when you ask. Don't go there and just say, I don't know where to start. Start from making that application on your own so that you can start learning how it works. They are available at the Dean of Students office. I hope by now you know where it is. You walk on this route past the KCB Bank. That's where you'll find the Dean of Students office. You ready? Okay. So if you apply for interfaculty course that it goes through, what happens, you change, you even get a new registration number and you drop the one you already been given. So that one changes. So at this point, I would like to welcome Reverend to talk to us about alcohol and substance abuse in campus. Weka mkono vizuri sasa, tumkaribishe. Aya, let's go. 1. Karibu.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Matata. So good afternoon. Is it afternoon or evening now again? It's almost 4. Anyway, how are you? You are not fine. You don't look fine, but anyway, I'm sure you're going to be fine very soon. There's somebody who was asking about, he or she said that they lost an item yesterday, and then I told them to look for Mr. Matata. I don't know whether somebody has looked for you. Okay, so that student should look for Mr. Matata. He's here. If you lost something yesterday, because that's what they wrote to me. But anyway, this afternoon, I want to present to you something on what we call the Egerton University ADSA. ADSA is Alcohol, Drug, and Substance Abuse Policy. I'm not actually going to talk about so much about alcohol, drugs, and substances, but I want to let you know that actually in Egerton University, we have guidelines, we have rules concerning alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse. So it's good to know that there are rules which guide you. There is a policy. You see, an institution like this one has so many policies. We divide all those rules and guidelines into what we call policies, guidelines that can help you to understand, if I do this, I'm committing a mistake. If I do the other one, this is going to happen to me. So there are rules and guidelines that have been set at Egerton University to guide students and staff concerning matters to do with alcohol, drugs, and substances. So I'm not going to tell you here about if you take alcohol, what will happen, if you don't take, what is going to happen. I'm only going to give you the rules that we have at Egerton University, and these ones have been set by a committee. There is a committee that is already established by the Vice Chancellor of the university concerning matters to do with alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse. I'm the chairman of that committee, and this is why I'm coming here to present to you issues to do with alcohol. So from today henceforth, know what will happen to you if you take alcohol, drugs, or even abuse substances. And we have seen so many people abusing alcohol and drugs just because they have come to the university and they realize there is a lot of freedom, and yet you might have a lot of freedom, and then it's not going to help you if you're not going to take care of that freedom. You are free to do anything that you want, but not everything that you do is permissible. So there are two terms here: freedom and permission. It's not everything that you do is going to be permissible. So you can only organize yourself so that you don't get into problems with the rules that have been set. Unfortunately, people continue to abuse the drugs, as we have said. Unfortunately, again, some people have also, it has been very bad to them. There are those that we have lost. Actually, those who have died because of abuse of drugs. And we have had cases, so many of them. One particular case that I have in mind that really shocked me is one time when I was actually in the disciplinary committee, because after you abuse drugs, then you are sent to the disciplinary committee. And then I was there, and then there is this lady who was actually in 4th year, and then she had been abusing bang. Even that time she was very high. So she was asked, "Why do you abuse bang?" Then she said, "I do it on behalf of my family." It was shocking. So she was asked why. She said, "In my family, there's nobody who takes bang, so I decided to take on their behalf." So that was very serious. As a parent, I was so touched. I was so touched because this is a girl. And then ask yourself, if that's a girl, what about the young men who are around? So there is a lot of drug, there is a lot of bang in this university. Of course, even where you have come from, there's a lot of bang. In fact, maybe you don't want to say, I want to tell you, you are here and I am sure that you know where bang is being sold in your area. Of course, some of you have taken bang, isn't it? Yes, no? Nobody is going to punish you now because you have been taking, so don't fear. But there are rules to guide so that you don't continue to abuse that. Now, we have a committee, and this committee has various roles, and one of them is to coordinate the implementation of the policy that govern alcohol, drug, and substance abuse in the university. So that's one role, to govern, to see to it that this policy is implemented. And number two is actually to make sure that people know these things. That's why I'm here, to sensitize you, and also to help. I'm not training, yes, but that committee is also charged with the responsibility of making sure that people are aware on matters pertaining to alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse. And it does this in collaboration with NACADA, but maybe what my colleagues told you in the morning, maybe they touched on the issues of drugs, because the counselors actually do a lot in training students and actually cautioning them, and even counseling on matters of alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse. They do quite a lot. So then another role of this committee is to identify ADSA prevention priorities and also interests and needs of staff and students. Because maybe some of them, they are not taking because they like it. Actually, some people say when people are abusing drugs and alcohol, it's not because they like it. It is a disease. So therefore, it's good to realize the areas that we can go through and prevent abuse of drugs and substances. Now, the background of having this policy is because this university is aware and it knows that abuse of alcohol and drugs has negative effects. We know that. Negative effects, not only actually to students, but also to the members of staff. And so when you take drugs, it affects your performance in class. It affects your performance. Okay, some have said the performance becomes better, because I know somebody who was saying like that, and he decided to take bang so much so that he could perform better. Well, because I've never taken, I don't know. But that is the claim. But I want to tell you, because we know it affects the performance, actually the performance drops, then that's why the university is very serious on these matters. Another thing on the background is about the effectiveness of the implementation of this alcohol and drug abuse policy. If we implement it very well, then we are going to be assured that we are able to identify quite early the areas where we can intervene and support students and staff who are actually having disorders arising from the misuse of drugs. Egerton University Alcohol and Drug Abuse Policy is actually a tool to support the students and to guide them, and also the members of staff, and prevent, the use of drugs and substances. Not only to the students, not only for the staff, but also for visitors who come to Egerton University and other people that we call service providers. Now, what is the situation at Egerton University? And the data that I'm going to give you it is not for last year, it's not for last year but for several years. And if we were to take the data today, I'm sure the situation is not very good. At Egerton University, we have what we call the disciplinary committee that I've just talked about. And at one point, a while ago, between 2013 to 2019, there was actually action that was taken for people who had abused drugs. And the indication was that 95% of all the cases of alcohol and drug, of all the cases were actually alcohol and drug related. So you can imagine people who went to disciplinary, they had cases, yes, but majority of the cases, that is 95%, was related to drugs and substance abuse. And then there was a baseline survey that was carried out by this university, at the Dean of Students Department. Okay, it's a while ago, but it indicated that 27.8% of all the students used alcohol, then 16.8% used bang, and 8.9% abused cigarettes. So those are issues that are actually telling you there is a problem at Egerton University where you have come. I'm not scaring you, but this problem is there. It's you actually to know how to behave. What is your responsibility as a student? Let's go to the responsibilities of students in matters of alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse, which are actually in the policy. And if you are to go to our website, you're going to find this policy that I'm talking about. That policy says you have a duty as a student. And number one is to abide by the university rules and regulations as stipulated in the student's handbook and also by this policy, the student's handbook. How many of us have come across the student's handbook, please? By a show of your hand. Let me see. And have you read it? Others have not seen. If you have read, you have come across the rules and regulations of Egerton University concerning your life here as a student. And then one of the issues there is about alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse. Now, number two, you have a role again that as individual students, you shall ensure that you are not under the influence of alcohol, drugs, and other substances while in the university. Right now, you are not supposed to be under any influence of any kind of drug, any substance. While you're in the university, don't do it. That is the issue. Don't do it. Maybe you have done it already, but you didn't know. Number three, you are supposed to report any student with alcohol, drugs, or substance-related problems to the Dean of Students, university counselors, and they have already spoken, or ADSA control unit for help. ADSA control unit is that committee which I'm chairing. So the issue is that you are supposed to report. Don't fear. Report. Report any student who is misusing drugs. Another rule that you have is to report any student who is possessing alcohol, drugs, or substances within the university to the Chief Security Officer, Dean of Students, or any other person in authority. So your role is to report. You have seen reporting. So don't forget to report. Report them. Report those people that have this problem. Because by reporting them, we shall be able to help them. And there are those who keep it. There are those who even sell. And one time, I also remember that a student died from the CBD, if you know the CBD. He had woken up early in the morning at 3 a.m. and he was taking bang at the rooftop. And then I don't know what is in bang because I have never taken, because that thing was telling him, continue going to enter into your room. Then he fell from that height And when he passed on, the mother was claiming that we are the ones who killed the boy. And now we asked her whether she knew that the boy was using bang. Then the brother of this one who died had come with the mother. So the brother is the one who told us. He said this, my brother has been using the normal ones. So I asked him, what are the normal ones? He said, he started like this. He said, like bang. So the bang was, so he said, like bang. So that is the day I knew bang is one of the normal ones. Then the security officer, the chief security officer, had taken a photo from his room of 3 kilos of bang. So this boy was not only taking bang, but he was selling. So such things, if you come across them, please report according to this policy. Now, what are the measures to prohibit or restrict availability of alcohol and drugs at the university? What should we do, and what does the policy say? This policy prohibits consumption, first of all, to consume. It says don't consume alcohol, drugs, and substances in the university. So the first thing, don't consume them. Number 2, you as a student, if you are taking medication, any kind of medication that may affect your studies, you should report to the academic advisors, because we have them, before beginning your studies for appropriate mechanism to mitigate the effects. Maybe you have come here. We are not saying, okay, whatever you are calling here medication, if you know that you normally take some medication that actually that can affect your studies, you better report quite early. Otherwise, it may be, people may construe that maybe you are taking drugs. So Egerton University also prohibits access. First of all, access. It also prohibits sale. It also prohibits possession. It also prohibits handling, distribution, manufacturing, or consumption of alcohol. You know, there are some people who are very good in manufacturing alcohol. It doesn't start at university. Because I remember a high school where some boys have been brewing alcohol, hiding actually in their room. So if it can happen in high school, what about in the university? So you are prohibited from manufacturing. And then we are saying you're not supposed to consume. We are saying it's against the rules. And this one now does not apply to the legal permit that is given in advance for the consent, if at all you are supposed to do that. But I don't think there is a permit to manufacture any substance like that. This policy provides the right to conduct searches within the university and its constituent campuses for the purposes of determining whether the policy has been violated. What you are saying, these askaris that you see around, they can come to your room any time to do a search. So you cannot tell them that they should not come to your room to search for alcohol, drugs, and substances. They can come if they suspect that you are actually handling that. And if a student violates this policy, listen, she or he may be subjected to disciplinary action, which includes but not limited to suspension, discontinuation, and all prosecution. Let me tell you, you will not note that a student has been sent away completely, discontinued completely out of this problem, because you are so many. So even if 2 or 3 are sent home completely, you cannot know. And at one time I remember, and we were being told by the registrar that 300 students had been expelled. They had been discontinued, but we did not note. So it's up to you now as an individual. It's not a matter of a group of you. It is the issue of individuals. Please, that phone, are you now using it? My brother, my younger brother, uko na simu nzuri sana. Najua mzazi amekununulia na pesa ile ambayo ametafuta. tafadhali sikiliza mambo ya drugs. Ama umeijua sana, ama umevuta sana. Anyway, no, I know you have not, but nisikilize na utakula mema ya nchi. Si hata Biblia inasema nini? Biblia inasema, if you are willing and obedient, you shall eat the fruit of the land. You shall eat the fruit of the land. If you listen to me today about these things, you will be happy in this university for all your time here. But if you don't listen to me and any other speaker because of the phone, then you are going to have a problem. Now, another thing the policy talks about is the advertisement of alcohol and drugs at the university. You know, you could be putting on a jumper or a t-shirt ambayo imeandikwa mambo ya kutangaza pombe hapa ama sigara, that brand that you know, unatembea tu na wewe huvutangi, lakini wewe una advertise. Yani wewe hata hushughuliki, lakini what is happening is that you are advertising for other people to start using. Let me tell you what the policy says. The university prohibits the advertisement of alcohol or drugs either directly or indirectly within its premises and campuses. You're not supposed to advertise. Another thing, it also prohibits wearing attire or accessories that may be considered to promote use of alcohol, drugs, and substances. That I had mentioned about the attire. Then the university strictly prohibits students from appearing in any university premises or function manifestly under the influence of alcohol, drugs, and substance. So, okay, if you start and then you are found, don't say you are not told, because today you are here listening. So you'll never say, I was never told, so I didn't know. Now, another point, maybe I'm almost done, is the management of substance use disorders. So if you have a disorder, because normally taking drugs, substances, then a disorder may set in. You know, it has stages. I'm not teaching you about what effects come to you because of the use or misuse of drugs. No, because that's another area altogether which will be handled. I'm sure it will be handled by NACADA, or it is going to be handled by our counselors, and they will continue to teach you. For me, I'm not telling you what will happen if you misuse, but I'm telling you what will happen if you are caught. But then also telling you, if we have disorders that have come as a result of misuse, then what happens? As part of discipline, students with substance use disorder may be required to participate in their rehabilitation as a condition of continued studies. So what will happen, if you have a disorder, it's not the university which is going to pay for your rehab. Actually, your parent will take you to a rehab. Then when you recover, that's when you can come back and continue your studies. And there are students who have stayed in the university for a long time. You are here for a program of 4 years, then you realize that you'll be finishing after 10 years. Why? Because of misuse of drugs. And if you happen to go to a rehab, the cost is not for the university. Actually, you'll be required to go for rehab. And then the payment is not actually from the university. In such case, then the students will be required to produce a certificate of completion of rehab services. So it means when you go for rehab, then a certificate will be given to show that actually you have been able to go through that course and you are finished. Now another thing, the parents or guardians of such students will take responsibility, as I've mentioned, for that treatment and rehab, meaning payment is by the parents. The university retains full discretion on whether, when, and under what conditions a student can be readmitted after violation of this policy. So if you violate the policy, the university will decide whether to readmit you to the university or not. When you breach the policy, what now really happens. Not about the disorders now, but you go against. When you go against this policy, number one, what will happen is that a breach of this policy shall include, but not be limited to breach, actually to go against. It is one of these issues, growing. Because students can grow bang around here. So if you grow, if you manufacture, if you traffic, if you sell, if you possess, if you use, if you do all these things actually in the premises, what will happen? The disciplinary action will follow. The use of marijuana, cocaine, opiates, and all these others is going to be, by the students, will be considered prohibited. Don't use any kind of drugs here. Students who violate these provisions of the policy shall be disciplined according to the provision of the rules, laws, and safety regulations governing students' conduct in the university. Kwa hivyo kuna sheria, and they are there. I know when you talk about rules, people cannot be very happy. And then the law enforcement agencies shall be notified as appropriate. And we have seen this happening. I've told you about the disciplinary committee. If you go to that committee, then that when you are going to realize, kumbe it is wrong to use drugs. Now, for me, was actually to present to you what the policy says, what the rules say, and what will happen if you go against. So I don't want to make you tired more than maybe you have been today, but I want to stop there. If you have any question about alcohol, you can have a question like, because you have been using, and maybe even the principal of high school had allowed you. So maybe you may want to ask whether here you can be allowed. Do you have any question on alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse? Any question? Swali? So you have either understood or you're asking why are we being told. You are being told because if you are caught, then you shall not say, I was never told. So today I have told you. So anyway, I want to stop there. And then move on.
Okay, let's appreciate our chaplain for taking us through that. Thank you. Now you know the policy on the alcohol and drug abuse. So we still have one more session before we call it a day. And what we want to do now is to go into two groups. We have the males differently and the females differently. We have what we call male-to-male talk, female-to-female talk, all right? And let me just see from here, this room, how many males are here? I want to see the ones who are many. Males, put up your hands right up. There are more. So they stay here. Okay, females, let me see you. Females, there are so many. Okay, so what we will do, we will have the females to stay here, and then the males, you will go to T1. We have the peer counselors here with us. They'll take you there. Don't disappear along the way. We will have a brief session. I can assure you it's interactive, it's very educative. Don't miss it, all right? We will never get you again. So let me have the peer counselors going to the females, going to the male section. Please, I want them to go to the door there so that they can lead you to the teas. The teas are nice. You go and see another place, all right? Yeah. You can introduce yourself there. You have a program there. Yeah. Okay, so they'll walk there, and then you will follow them, all right, to the T1. Those students who are outside, please, all the female students, you come into the hall, and then the males, you will be guided to T1. Okay, the male students, kindly follow the peers. Just a minute, there's an announcement. Tomorrow, our session starts early at 8:30. We will have the university librarian talking to you tomorrow at 8:30. Okay? Females, please move to the front. Move to the front. We'll be talking our things. I'm seeing some ladies walking out. Okay, please move nearer. Ladies, move nearer so that we can whisper our issues. The female students who are outside, you will walk into the hall. You can please, chaplain, you can go to the males. When you agenda. The female students, kindly come to the front. And the ones outside, please, you will come into the hall.